Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back again with Karn Eldrazi ramp on the play for game one. I mean, this is a turn 3 Karn if everything goes right. We could also hope to go Misty, Rainforest, Hedge Maze into what? Malevolent Rumble would be kind of nice. But outside of Karn, there isn't much else here. So I'm debating whether or not we want to mulligan this. Of course, as far as hits off the top, we have Swing Mega Spawn that we can play on 4 or 3. Writhing Chrysalis that we could play on 3. So, I mean, we do have 8 hits. If we want to say Malevolent Rumble, then we have 11. Otherwise, we go Misty Rainforest, Fetch, Hedge Maze, let's say Forest or Cavern of Souls into Talisman, play our third land into Karn, but into aggressive matchup that feels a bit mess. I'm going to mulligan here. This looking a lot better. It is a bit top deck heavy, but I don't mind that. I think we can drop... Want to drop the forest? We can always grab the forest, the fetches. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So, Ugin Lab, trigger resolves, imprint Null Drifter, cast Talisman, does Talisman resolve. Top decks right now would be great. I mean, any of our 4-mana value spells, Kozilek's Command, Malevolent Rumble, so we have plenty of hits here. Arid Mesa, no fetch. That's a bit concerning, I will admit. I mean, we could just go Windswept Teeth. What would be the downside of going Eldrazi Temple, or Windswept Teeth over Eldrazi Temple? Not all too much. We'll go Windswept Teeth and hold. This way we can set up our next draw. Right now we're at 4 out of 7 for Ugin. So 3 lands off there. Elegant Parlor. A little bit concerned that it could be Ruby Storm. It also could just be... Okay, it is Ruby Storm. Well, that is concerning. So we definitely want some interaction, specifically in the way of a Kozilek's Command in case of a Row. It's also possible that our opponent just goes for the win here onto... There's the Ruby Medallions. We have very little way to interact with that. So I'm a little bit concerned in that regard. Hedge Maze, goes like a turn, not doing anything in this matchup right now. Draw. There's a Null Drifter, for what it's worth. So, I mean, I could evoke the Null Drifter, right? I will evoke. K return, Null Drifter, draw 2. I mean, we're basically just hoping we don't die on turn 3, but that's kind of unlikely, I fear. Utopia Sprawl, I'll choose not to. Trigger Null Drifter, evoke trigger. Utopia Sprawl and Hedge Maze, and we'll save for red. Alright, well, let's see if we're dead. Depends on what they have in hand. There's a ritual. There's an artist. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain that we're dead, because Artist Talent just lets them dig very deep. Well, while we're watching our opponent do their thing, I do want to briefly talk about something that was suggested to me and wanted to get your guys' opinion of it. Of me doing a video of me going through the deck guide, basically. Not my written one, but like kind of going through the deck, going through the 75, speaking about each individual piece from, you know, however many force we have for Utopia Sprawl, Ugin's Lab, and the 7-minute value spells. You know, it's going through the deck, the different iterations, as well as flex slots and sideboard pieces. I've done something similar in a collaboration that has yet to come out, but it would be definitely interesting. Oh, do we actually have a shot? No shot. Oh, that Wish, I think, might cinch it for them if they have a Past in Flames on the side. Oh, they have... Never mind, they have a Past in Flames. I didn't even realize. Yeah, in that case, yeah, we're dead. So yeah, something that was brought up to me and could be an interesting idea. It's not something that I've thought about, but it actually would be easier for me to talk about the deck than it would be for me to write about it. Of course, I could embed it in the deck guide, for example. That way it can be used as a visual reference rather than just reading the deck guide, of course. So might be a cool idea. It's easier for me to convey my thoughts through spoken word than written word. Dysgraphia and dyslexia will do that to a person. Honestly, the more like nitty gritty statistical breakdown type things of hand analysis, I think I would just keep to written. That is a lot easier for me to write about because it's mainly about numbers and not about like explaining why Ugin Eye of the Storms is good. Like, I know it's good. You guys are watching might think it's good. Some of you might not, actually. And I can explain, like, well, Ugin's good because it is a difficult card to interact with for most decks in a reasonable way. You know, dealing 9 damage to a Planeswalker, not to mention when it gets cast, it's an exile. When it drops, you gain 3 life, draw a card, has 9 loyalty, demands to be answered, is great in the mirror as a mirror breaker. And also can just do some ungodly shenanigans. So, yeah, something to consider doing. If it's something that you guys would be interested in, definitely let me know. You could also like do a walkthrough of the sideboard guide, for example, as well, especially as it has been getting updated. So we're going to drop Karn. We're going to go Chalice, EE, Jailer, Stonebrain, Dismember, Trinisphere. Consign is interesting thought. Like, yeah, it can counter the Ruby Medallion. But I'm not sure if it is great. Because it really only hits that. And then, like, I'll see the Storm trigger. So yeah, Trinisphere, Dismember, EE, Chalice, Jailer, Brain. Remove, Return, Karn, Gemstone, Ghost Quarter, and what else? Emrakul. Alright. I guess actually probably something that's less impactful and what I actually recommend in my guide is Katsara 7 Deaths because it really doesn't do much to win. Like, yes, it does a lot to win us the game, but Emrakul's a little bit better in that instance. Because if we can resolve an Emrakul, then we can use their own deck to kill them versus Sire that kind of just resolves and I go, alright, am I dead? But on the play for game 2, I will keep this. Ugin Lab, trigger resolves, Imprint Worldbreaker, cast Talisman of Curiosity, and pass, This allows me to go Eldrazi Temple, X equals 3. At the very least, we can either hold it up if we draw into something of relevance, or we can go digging on the end of their turn 2. Swine Mega Spawn is interesting. Yeah, I think I want to dig deeper rather than casting the Talisman of Impulse. I'm gonna play Eldrazi Temple and then pass. Because yeah, if we can dig 3, then ideally we're trying to find like a Trinisphere, a Chalice, etc., right? Stonebrain. There's Mountain, and looks like they're gonna hold. I'll cast Kozilek's Command, X equals 3. Let's hope we hit something of relevance. As much as I would love Ugin, I don't think that is really relevant right now. If Ral was on the board, I'd be a little bit more thoughtful of that. Null Drifter can draw me into something. Might be worth hitting. There's the Jailer. Okay, so that is looking good. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can imprint Drifter Jailer. Yes. Let's go deep. Because by getting rid of their white source, it should mean they have fewer ways to interact with Jailer in the first place. And then go Ugin Lab, Imprint, Null Drifter. Do we play the Talisman of Impulse? No real reason to right now, so I think I just go Soulish Jailer instead. And I guess, realistically speaking, it's kind of just... It's more or less mana neutral. So yeah, I'll go Talisman. And then Jailer. So next turn we can go World Breaker and get rid of another land. But this cuts them off of an impulse draw, and like I said, if I can keep them off of white sources, then it's going to be very difficult for them to deal with Jailer. I'm just going to scoop it up. I'll take the win. All right. Let's set up for game 3. We'll bring in Gemstone, and I believe I recommend cutting Emrakul at this point. Yes? Question mark? No, Ugin. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, very much like that situation there, where like, Ugin, it's okay, it's not great. It doesn't really do enough to warrant its existence in this matchup. Great for the mirror, great for aggressive decks. Chalice. How much mana can I generate on turn 2? Not enough, right? Because I really only get to turn 2 in this situation. And that's the one thing about Chalice, that does kind of require a specific setup of Lab, Talisman, Land, Chalice. Where in this instance, I mean, it would be a good turn 3 play, but we can't guarantee that we're going to be alive come turn 3. So I think we have the mulligan. Again with Chalice. And there's no guarantee that there's actually no way for us to get 2, 4. Let's go down one more. Okay, this is looking more promising. Question is what we dump. We need to keep the Ugin because we need to go Lab. Well, no. This is interesting. I don't think I can not keep this. Do I dump the Rumble command? Keep Dismember. Yeah, let's do it like this. It's not my favorite way to go about this, but I think it might be right. And draw Talisman, please. EE. No, EE for 2, not just yet. I mean, if they play Ral, we can Dismember. Let's go Hedge Maze. Stonebrain. I really wish you were where EE was. Because there's no way that I can activate you fast enough, I don't think. So I'm going to put you to Grave. Yeah, I think we drew into too many hate pieces, funny enough. Like, if that was a jailer, that would have been better at least. Null Drift. Ugin's Lab. Imprint Ugin. I can't EE for 2, so it's probably better for me to just hold up Dismember instead. And at this point, now we're just kind of hoping that they simply don't have Medallion, instead have a Ral. But I feel like they're going to play around that, right? And even if we survive the turn, we need to draw into a land. If they just go Medallion pass, that is okay. Interesting. Impulse. There's Medallion. Land. Shit. I'm gonna have to take a risk here and try and draw into a land. Of course we draw it now. Play Eldrazi Temple and hold Dismember once again. They didn't play a land on 3, so they're land light. I wonder if they're ritual light too. And they just play them at... Oh no, they have the ritual. So they may have just been trying to find the mana reducer. Thank God for this. So Ral down. There's Medallion. And draw. Cyrus 7 Deaths is doing nothing here. I'll play the Gemstone Cavern, and at this point... go Chalice on 2, and hold Dismember again. There's Prismatic Ending. Do they have a ritual to start things off? That's the next question. It's a small ritual, but not a ritual at least. Does draw a card though, and they find a land. Ren's Resolve, Double Wish. Probably not what they're looking for, thankfully. 2 mana available. They need more impulse draws. Fetch. Mountain, double red. What I need is a colored source now so I can EE. Valakut Awakening. And I imagine draws 4. Yes. I need a colored source, please. Draw. You are not helping here, Null Drifter. Let's see if we can find a jailer. No luck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Imprint. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I think we imprint the Emrakul. We'll hold Dismember again, but I'm not confident that this will be enough. Anamorphose resolves. Ritual resolves. I think they're setting up for a Past in Flames. There's a Flage, interestingly enough. There's a Ral. Let's see if they play Ral. There's Ral. Glimpse in response. You have an instant speed spell. You do not. They win the flip, but it won't matter. I'll put a pause on end step at this point. Let's see what they glimpse into. Glimpse and resolve. Some more impulse draws. Into some lands. Okay. Interesting. Did we somehow get another turn? I genuinely would be impressed if so. Arid Mesa fetch. Another medallion. Okay, again, we're looking for a colored source. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, so I don't think I will bring back either. We'll draw. Trinisphere does help. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't play Sire's Seven Deaths, but I can certainly play Trinisphere. Actually, I wonder if it is worth EE for 0 here. I don't think so. But it would reduce the amount of mana as the thing. That is an interesting thought, though I'm now realizing that I need to pay 3 for it now, because I'm dumb as bricks. Yeah, I should have thought about that before playing it. If maybe going Trinisphere or EE for 0 is right. So it would reduce the amount of resources they have, but I think being able to get rid of the Ruby medallions might be better, at least in the long run. If nothing else, we'll play the Engineered Explosives next turn. So right now they have 6 mana, so they can cast 2 things, right? There's Flage. Down to 9. Thankfully they can't haste Flage for what it's worth. You can play a mountain, but chooses not to. Interesting. Utopia Sprawl. As much as I do want to play Utopia Sprawl, I think the Sire's Seven Deaths might be better. Fortunately, Utopia Sprawl costs 3. So let's get Sire on board. Start applying pressure, because if all they have to do is play Flage, then they are in a pretty tough spot, right? And pass. I doubt they have 3 colors to deal with Trinisphere with Prismatic Ending. Could have something else, though. I guess one thing, even through Ruby Medallions, still cost them 3 every time, right? So Ruby Medallions aren't doing as much as one would think. Actually, in most cases, I guess they're doing nothing. Yeah, I guess that's true. So I'm not, I guess, hard-pressed to get rid of Medallion. Looks like they're escaping Flage. Gonna put me down to 6. But that won't mean too much thanks to Sire. Yep, there's the escape. Brings me down to 6. And draw. Talisman of Curiosity. Let me first go to combat here. Ooh, in retrospect. Okay, so I want to say they made a mistake and I did too. No, I guess no. They can't sack the spawns because trample. Right. I'm trying to think here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so I can do this. Talisman of Curiosity. This will blow up my talisman. So again, do I want to actually get rid of the medallions at this point? I guess if they find a way to deal with the Trinisphere, it would be problematic. Because we can go green, blue, and Bone scoops it up. Alright, we'll take the win. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the right move here is, whether taking out the medallions are right. I mean, I guess if we do that, they really can't do anything, even if they do take out the Trinispheres. At that point, they still need another mana reducer. Versus if we just take out the spawns, then, you know, they can still take out the Trinisphere and then win. So yeah, I think at that point, just EE Talisman for 2, Pain 3, activate, clear the talismans, clear the talisman, clear the Ruby Medallions, should be enough, and then Sire 7 Dash just walks away with the win. Good stuff. All right, well, that there will be match 1. We'll be back for match 2. All right, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. We'll mulligan this hand. We have 8 hits off the top in the way of temples and soul lands. We can also grab Rumble. Yeah, we can keep this. I want to pitch, though. We want to go Breeding Pool, Utopia Sprawl for red. I guess one of the K returns, yeah. That. Didn't realize we had 2. That's the most obvious answer. Because at least this way, if we run into aggro, then we have at least 1 K return to run with. If we draw into a land, Swain Mega Spawn. Okay, well, speaking of aggro, could be Burn, could be Prowess. Breeding Pool, Shock, Sprawl for red, and pass. And pass. Remember, we'll be casting K Return on our turn at sorcery speed. Ooh. Slickshot Show Off is a bit ugly, though. So, like, I can get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear, but I would love to get rid of the Slickshot as well. Am I confident that I can do both is the question. That I'm not so sure about. So I think the best thing we can do here is still to cast K-Return now at sorcery speed to get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear. It'll at least mitigate some damage unless they want to Monstrous Rage to, not Monstrous Rage, Mutagenic Growth to save it. Alright, do we die? DRC, and what else? DRC, that's fine. Obviously, would have loved to cast the K-Return on their turn, but if we just make it to one more turn, we can Sire 7 Deaths and re-trigger. Down to 13. Draw. Ring Cat. Fetch. Down to 12. As long as we don't die, I think we should be able to stabilize off of Sire. Or a Forest. Writhing Chrysalis, trigger, pass. I need a land though. That's the only thing. Right now we're at 6. I need just one land for the Sire. Otherwise, we'll go Soin Mycospawn next turn as another blocker. Probably that and Bojuka Bog. And just Bojuka Bog to shrink the DRCs. That'd be the idea at least. So we're guaranteed to block the Writhing Chris on the Slick Shot Show Off. Probably not block the DRCs. Most likely go into 6, if not less. Yeah. I hear a zombie cat scratching at my door. She wants in. Opponent's thinking about something, but I'm not sure what. Yeah, if I can re-trigger this K return, we're in a good spot. Just need a turn. Attacking all in makes sense to me. Okay. Lightning Bolt, target me. Yes, that resolves. I can't do anything about that. 3, 4 types in yard, so DRC is turned on. We're going down to 3 here. Go to blocks, block the Slick Shot. I'll trade, yeah? Mutagenic Growth on DRC. Is that on DRC? Why would they put on DRC and not Slick Shot is the question. I'm at 1 now, so a Lava Dart kills me? Oh, well, that will work too. Yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, double mutagenic growth is just hard to deal with. Oofda. So, that is lethal damage. Not much we could do about that. I mean, short of me holding the K return, but like, I don't know. I've been punished so hard for holding the K return, and if they had the double mutagenic growth, they definitely were saving it, so we would have gotten blown out by it regardless. So yeah, okay. So we are dropping Karn entirely for Chalice, EE, Trinisphere, Dismember, Gemstone, Ghost Quarter. Well, I guess actually Gemstone Bog, because we don't need Bog in this matchup. And then Gemstone will come back in. And what do we cut? Do we cut Emrakul here? I want to say yes, because we don't normally get that far in the match. Yeah. Cut Emrakul and run it back. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Just needed one more turn, one more land, and we would have stabilized. I mean, double mutagenic growth is, how should I say, really good. Imagine an opponent will bring in Consign, so you will need to play around that if they do leave an open blue source. On the play for game 2. I mean, yeah, we keep this as an early Trinisphere. So we go Forest, Utopia Sprawl for... we can go for blue or for red. We have a blue source in hand, so I'll go for red. Forest, Utopia Sprawl for red, and pass. And pass. We'll fetch Wooded Foothills for a forest, and then go Trinisphere. Preordained, that's an excellent turn 1 for me, because that means they have nothing, no counter magic up, no creatures on board. Perfect. Play Temple. Cast Trinisphere. Pass. This is where the Jeskai version definitely shines a lot more, because Jeskai can deal with Trinisphere in a meaningful way, versus Izzet really can't. So we'll go to game 3. We'll bring Gemstone back in, and we will cut, let's see, Prowess. I guess the Bajuka Bog, that's right. No, hold up. The Ghost Quarter in this case? Yes, the Ghost Quarter. We do not need the Ghost Quarter in this matchup. Cool. Let's run it back, see if we can get some early interaction once more. I mean, a turn 1 Chalcen one would be huge. He can be solid in a lot of cases. Of course, Trinisphere is good. I mean, yeah, we have some decent interaction here. I'll keep. We'll go Verdant Catacombs fetch for our red source for the K return. Whether or not we shock depends on if they play a creature on 1. They do not. And draw. So in that case, we can go Verdant Catacombs and hold. We do need a land. Malevolent Rumble might be able to help us with that. They have a Quarry Steel Cut. Shock. Quarry Steel Cut. Pause on end step. No 0 mana value spells. That's solid for us. We can Verdant Catacombs now. Stomping Grounds tapped. And draw. Chrysalis is nice. We can get into a green source. So I think we go Temple, Rumble, looking for a land. We find a couple lands worth noting. The only thing that I do note here is that we could go Lab, of course, and that would get us up to 6, but I think we instead want to go for a Forest for the Writhing Chrysalis. I'm going to go Forest here instead of Lab. And we'll hold up the Dismember. Preordain resolves. And they miss out on another spell. Play Forest for Writhing Chrysalis. Let's see if they have a consign. If they do, they have to choose the body or the triggers. And they give me the body, I'm okay with that. They give me the triggers, I'm also okay with that, because that means that we can then cast something like Ugin next turn, which will be very hard for them to deal with. Because we currently have 6 mana on board, 7 with a Breeding Pool. If they do put a creature on board, we get to determine now if we want to go for it. Swift Spear, yep. Swift Spear, trigger Quarry Steel Cut. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Because I could always World Break, I could always K return, but I do want to note the Thundering Falls that they're holding up is my only concern. Oh. I'm wondering. Do we concern ourselves with the possibility of a consign? Problem is that they can sign the Ugin. It's a little bit rough, right? They can sign the Breaker. It's not the end of the world. I could, theoretically, block a Swift Spear, sack it, dismember the Monk, and then World Break to exile the Corey Steel Cut. Go to blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that. Sack. We mitigate 3 damage, so we're really only taking 1 there. Myco spawn's interesting to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Allows to hold up a blocker and to cast K Return. Give me the body or give me the trigger. Give me both. Let's go E-Temp. And then cast K-Return. You do have the Consign or Spell Pierce. That's surprising. Huh. Okay. That's fine. I have blockers. You have 1 card in hand, and I can re-trigger K-Return with World Breaker next turn. Get rid of the Corey Steel Cut, sweep the board. That seems like a good position to be in. Bolt, target, Myco Spawn, hit me for 4, down to 10. Draw. Trinisphere. I mean, short of them having Consign, I could go Ugin into Trinisphere. No, I actually can't. I am at 5, so no. So let's World Break. Go after the Corey Steel Cut. Do you have Consign? Really? Well, there's Consign. What do you give me is the question. Alright. Well, at that point, I'll pass in full. We currently have access to 7 mana. 7 Eldrazi mana, though. Corey Steel Cut does trigger them regardless. Down to 6. Draw. Am I really short 1? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I am. I think going Dismember is a mistake here. So I think we just play Trinisphere. And pass, and pass. Equip Corey Steel Cut. Take 3 down to 3. I need a land. Oh. One of the few times where if Ugin was a Devourer, I'd be so much happier. Damn. I can't Dismember. I mean, I was considering earlier if it was right for me to Ugin Lab Imprint instead of Temple. It would have given me additional mana. And it also would have left me to ability to Dismember on the same turn that I went to cast the K Return. would have mitigated enough damage, I feel. Well. And yeah, that's the game, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 12. We're short on Emrakul by 1. We're short 2 on Ugin. Wild. Alright, you can see. Damn. Well, sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. That was a close one. That said, we'll be back for match number 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I will keep this. I think I go Ugin Lab Imprint Pass. That way if it's an aggressive deck, we can K-word turn on 2. Most times we really don't want to, though I guess we'd be able to hold up for when they go to their end step, right? That would then allow me to Writhing Chrysalis on 3. So Ugin Lab, Imprint, Pass. Hold up the later spawn on the off chance that's relevant. Ugin Lab, Imprint, no Imprint. What the what? Dicetron, question mark? Huh. Well, let's go Malevolent Rumble. Let's go Sowing Mycospawn. And then pass. And hold. Next turn we'll play Writhing Chrysalis to try and set up. Urza Saga. Cornucopia. Another Surge Node. I think I need a Karn. Yeah, I think I need a Karn. Let's go Malevolent Rumble. Rough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like we could go towards Emrakul. Yeah, let's just go towards Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 10. So let's go Misty Rainforest, fetch. We'll go Stomping Ground, Shock. What in the what? A charge counter on artifacts. Yes. Stomping Grounds, Shock. Sowing Mycospawn. Sowing Mycospawn. Six, 10. This would only be 12, though, is the problem. I'll go Temple and pass. Oh no. It's possible that I might just lose. Mox Opal. Yeah, short of Karn, I think I would have lost here. Maybe the right move would have been grabbing Null Drifter. In all actuality. Maybe? I would have Utopia Sprawled. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl, leave me with 1, 2. I mean, Null Drifter wouldn't have gotten me there either. Okay, reduce the number for Emrakul, that's fine. Karn? Sprawl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, Utopia Sprawl and Forest. If I go for blue, no, I don't have enough. So we'll go for red. I actually do wonder if a K return is right. That way reduce the amount of mana they have by 3. Sprawl to yard will increase the number of types in yard. 4, 5, 6, 7, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. K return will be 12. So yes, we'll K return. Surge node. So they have all the mana in the world. So I'm not sure if that was necessarily the best move, but at least reduces the amount of mana they have. I guess another option we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're short 1. The next thought I'm having is that we want to return Null Drifter to hand to dig deeper. Did they just get Manifold Key and win? Is that what's happening here? Is Manifold Key even in Modern? Pretty sure it is, right? Because if it is, they can just generate a ton of mana. I wonder if even Interact with My Grave was right on their end. Huh. Everflowing Chalice. So yeah, this is definitely Dice Factory, though I haven't seen Tron yet. Maybe they cut the Tron pieces? Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 short. It's not like I can take charge counters from something, right? Yeah. So I'm not even sure if Emrakul would really be beneficial. What would be beneficial is Karn. So I think, yeah, we return Null Drifter to hand on end step. Why put stuff on Everflowing? Wouldn't it be smarter? Maybe they need colorless? Speaking of Karn. So they grab Liquimetal or Bridge. Neither saves Karn. I guess they could grab Mystic Forge. Oh, they could grab Tormod Script. Tormod Script is fine. Target me, that's fine. So they really don't want Emrakul. Why though? Return Null Drifter to hand. Draw. Karn. Okay, return. Go to combat. Attack Karn. Null Drifter Evoke. Let me confirm something real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. So no, I can't play Writhing Chrysalis and Drift. Alright, let's find Karn. God effing dang it. In that case, I will cast Writhing Chrysalis. Windswept Teeth. And pass until end step. And again, hope we don't die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, we're one short of the Emrakul that they seem very fearful of. Okay, growing Chalice now. There's Ugin. Ugin's fine. Not ideal, but fine. Oh, you made mana. Oh, for the Mystic Forge. Yee. Fetch of Windswept Teeth. Good news is I can take down Ugin. But again, what I really want is Karn. Pay 2 now. Alright. Karn. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 2 would be 7. So I could play Mycospawn and Sire. We do want Ugin dead for what it's worth. Maybe I'll attack of both. That'd be 7. Okay, there might actually be an argument for doing this way. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7. Because we'll take down Ugin, there'll be 7 damage to Ugin, leaving 7, 10, 17 in power on board, meaning I have lethal next turn. So let's just hope they don't win off the Mystic Forge, basically. Go Temple. And triggers on the stack. Go to combat. All creatures at Ugin. Like I said, lethal's now on board, so if we survive the turn, we win. Devour to exile, Ugin down, pass. Lethal's now on board. Do they win? Surprised I didn't hold a stop on upkeep for Forge. So this is Dice Factory. Devour to exile. Show me what you got, friend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short on the Emrakul again. Clearing Flesh Rake. Oh god. Another Mystic Forge. Oh god. Come on, just brick on lands, friend. Really, is that it? Okay, somehow we survived. Sanctum of Ugin. K-return to sweep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bone scoops. Okay. Did not think we were winning that one. I will be real. Well, consign the memory seems right here. I'm not sure about K return. Interesting. I'm not sure if there's anything else, like maybe Dismember? Not sure if they're on Thought Knot Seer, for example. We saw the Glowing Flesh Rake, hence why I'm a little bit hesitant on cutting the K return, but we at least bring in Dismember for the Glowing Flesh Rake. Cup of Jukabog. Do we cut the Ghost Quarter? Or we cut an Emrakul? Probably cut an Emrakul. And run it back. I still can't believe we won that one, to be honest. We got ultra lucky. I mean, I would love for that Hedge Maze not to be a tapped land, but otherwise, solid. Reveals Devourer. What's an exile actually might answer some questions that I have about this deck, if it is Tron or not Tron. Because all we saw was Saga Lab that entire time, right? Still no answers there. Temple, so like Eldrazi Factory, quote unquote. Go Ugin Lab, Imprint, Cast, Pass, hold up Dismember. I draw into a land, that would be excellent for a turn 2 Karn, for Mori Vault, 2. What the fresh what? I mean, it's ramp or enabler, so I'm just going to go goodbye. Land. Damn. Never X equals 1. It doesn't do anything if you find a soul land. So probably best for me to hold up the K command. There's a land. I'll put that on top. And then pass and hold command X1. I mean, if they just try and set up and we can just land Karn, we're good. Sacrifice this creature, put 2 charge counters on target artifact. I see. Pause on end step. I can't force them to do that, but that's fine. So I think I just ramp here. So we're up to 6. I guess we already know it's on top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Utopia Sprawl. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. For a Stomping Grounds in case they play Karn. So what I can do is I can play the Sowing Mycospawn non-kicked. I can then go Null Drifter. Alternatively, I can just go Karn into, not Chalice, but Liquid Metal, which I think I might do instead. For green. Karn. You want to activate that core tapper? What's it called? And Bono scoops it up. I'll take the W. All right. Well, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. That's a mulligan. And a lab would be great, a green source would be great, but short of that, this is very meh. Mulligan. Cavernous Souls is always fantastic to see. Question is what we pitch. I mean, I like Ugin, I like Karn, I like Null Drifter. Pitch the Emrakul. Done. Gemstone Cavern, and this is the real question, right? We get the Gemstone, but now what? I like the Null Drift. I like the Karn. I guess we can pitch the Ugin, as awkward as that is, but I would like to get to 3 mana, and I can't guarantee without the Bajuka Bog. So we'll pass. Bloodstained Mire. Passing, draw. Sanctum, so we don't have to play Bog yet. Play the Forest. Pass. So we'll go Sanctum, evoke the Null Drift. Elegant Parlor is a little bit scary. Could be Storm, could be Energy. Basic Mountain, kind of feels like maybe Storm. So I need to get to this Karn ASAP. I mean, best case scenario would be a lab into Karn, wish for like a Trinisphere or Jailer. Okay, return. Let's go Sanctum. Evoke a Null Drifter. I will not activate Sanctum. Draw 2. No. And pass. Would really like the land. Fetch. Elegant Parlor. Land to yard again. Interesting. I want to say it's Storm. Yeah, 3, Ral, Medallion. Okay, close enough. Metamorphose. 2 mana. Impulse Draw. Another Impulse Draw. Do you have another Ritual, though? Land. I guess you don't necessarily need one. Not yet, anyways. Fetch. Thin the deck. Mountain. Another Medallion and passing. Interesting. Draw. Sowing Mycospawn does not cut it. Rumble. So next turn I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess if we have 6, I could just go Forest. We could also go Lab, and that opens us up to the possibility of drawing to a 7 mana value spell. So I think I like that idea. So Ugin Lab. And I think we just go Bajuka Bog, target opponent. And pass. So at least this way we get rid of some impulse draws, some rituals. Glimpse. Past in Flames, good for us to hit that. Ritual. Ren's Resolve, Strike It Rich. Mana neutral. I imagine they'll have to Past in Flames and or Wish here. Fetch. Wish. Wish for what? Galvanic Relay? Or what is that called? Where it's like Impulse Draw, Storm. Might be Galvanic Relay. I'm forgetting what it's called. Strike It Rich, 3 mana. They could Past in Flames for 2. They do have a ritual and another resolve. Grape shot. Target me. So I can't fizzle anything. It looks like it's all going to me. Okay. Do they have a way to kill me? Impulse draw. Ritual. Row. Past in Flames. Oh, jeez. That was the worst case scenario. Because now they should be able to get to 13 to kill me. Yeah. Yep. And then Grape Shot. All they need to do is Grape Shot here, they win. Or they keep going. Why keep going at this point when you can just win? Grape Shot, target me. Yep, that will do it. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, one more turn, we would have been able to get to Karn and Jailer at the very least. And dead. Alright. Ruby Storm, lost for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Bring in Trinisphere, Dismember, EE, Chalice, Jailer, Stonebrain. Got Gemstone, Ghost Quarter, K returns, Karn, and Cyrus 7 deaths? Yes. Alright, let's run it back like this. On the play for game 2. Bit risky, eh? If we draw into a land, we can get this Trinisphere down. If we don't, we're in trouble. I have no chance of a redraw otherwise. 21 lands, 19 untapped. I mean, that's like a 33% chance per draw. That we just land Trinisphere and then call it a day, Null Drift or Evoke. We'll go for it. Well, I guess actually it's 18 because we're going to fetch for one, right? Yeah. Oh boy. Is there an argument? No, I don't think there is. I was going to say for Misty Rainforest for a hedge maze. We could go Breeding Pool at least. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. Red. Alright, we just need a land. Elegant Parlor, Surveil Trigger. Runs Resolve to Yard. And draw. Saved by the land. Trinisphere, pass. And pass. Next turn I'll Null Drifter to draw 2, unless I draw into a colorless source, in which case we can hold up the Kozilek's command for X equals 2. Passing, draw, another Trinisphere. Is there any reason for me not to? Probably not, right? I guess whatever they play would cost 3, so they wouldn't be able to win next turn. So let's Null Drifter try and find a land. There's a land. Ugin's Lab. Imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'd be just short of Emrakul. I'm going to tuck the Sire and then pass. And pass. Gemstone Cavern. Draw. Dismember, eh? I think I just go... I could go Kozak's Command, Scry Draw, try and find a land. And I want to hit my land drops if possible here. Done. No land drops, but we do have a Jailer. I don't want to proceed here. Talisman bottom. I don't think we need Jailer at this point of Trinisphere, but I could stand corrected. I'm gonna go... I mean, I guess it would stop them from impulse drawing. Whereas right now Trinisphere doesn't. So it's kind of a different part of a lock piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I might go spawn top. The question is whether or not we want to draw into the Jailer. I'm going to say yes. Just kind of stack on the lock pieces. So no impulse draws. Everything costs 3 mana. Next turn I can play Sowing Myco Spawn for 4, and have enough for another Trinisphere. Arid Mesa fetch. Prismatic Ending does get rid of Jailer, admittedly. Opponent's passing. Sowing Myco Spawn. Go Ugin Lab. So this will be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. I'm gonna go tuck Emrakul. Resolve. All the hate pieces, opponent. There will never not be a hate piece on this board. Unless you Brotherhood's End. That would be unfortunate. Valakut Awakening, that's fine. Imagine they draw 7. Because they need something. Draws 5 cards. So I kept 2, 3. And pass. I said no impulse draws. Everything costs 3 mana. Nothing can be played from the grave. Another Valakut Awakening. Draw 7 more cards. And passes. Another Jailer. I will play Ugin. Done. I will say everything will cost 3, funny enough, if I do decide to ult. I do need to pay attention to that fact. So I'm going to gain 3 life, draw a card. and then go to combat. And pass. Like I said, Brother's Hood End would be the worst case scenario here. Sacred Foundry, tapped, pass. Arid Mesa, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, yeah, I think at that point, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to minus, or not minus, but 0 Ugin. I'm going to return Emrakul to hand. I'll play a land. Ugin trigger, no targets. And go to combat. Opponent's going to scoop it up. We'll take the win. All right. On to game 3. I'm going to want that gemstone back, and we're going to cut an Ugin. Let's run it back. We have a ton of hate. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really 6 pieces of the hate, and then some modular pieces that aren't really hate, but interaction at the very least. I'll keep this. And pass. We'll go Misty Rainforest for a Hedge Maze, and then Cavernous Souls, and Eldrazi. And Jailer. So we don't lose on 2. That would be unfortunate. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. Okay, so no longer going Hedge Maze. Instead, I will fetch for... I guess we go Breeding Pool again. Go Breeding Pool. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. For red, and pass, and pass. Bloodstained Mire, fetch, Elegant Parlor, no turn 2 plays, Ren's Resolve into yard, Pain for Wear Tear, Prismatic Ending. They're gonna wish they held that. We'll go Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. And pass. And pass. Shock, Sacred Foundry. Do you have another one? Strike it rich. And draw. Chalice of the Void. We're 1 turn off of Chalice, so I'm just going to go Sanctum of Ugin, hold up K Command. We'll probably K Command X1. And then Chalice on 2. Ruby Medallion. Pause on end step. Manamorphose. Land. Pain cost 4. Manamorphose. Holding up white. I guess Manamorphose does get them their 3rd color in case of a prismatic ending for Trinisphere, right? Fetch with a Bloodstained Mire. Mountain. End step. X equals 1. Trinosphere. Top. Draw. Do I want a Chalice for 2 or Trinosphere? Trinosphere is hard for them to deal with, so I think I do want a Trinosphere. So what I'll do here is Malevolent Rumble. Find a Utopia Sprawl, which I didn't use the green... I guess I had to use the green source, for, admittedly. So I'm going to grab Writhing Chris. Play Forest. And Trinosphere. Because, yeah, it's going to be harder for them to deal with both Jailer and Trinosphere versus Chalice and Jailer. I mean, both are difficult for them to deal with, but I think Trinosphere is better in this context. Draw. Let's go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Running Catacombs, fetch. And yeah, we're just going to really put a lock on this. Go Forest. That was 1. I guess, okay, hold on. Cancel. Trigger 1. Always yield. 2. 3. And done. And pass. So at this point, they have to get through like 2 stages of lock pieces before they can really do anything. Because they can't use Manamorphose to get rid of Trinosphere anymore. They have to instead use a Prismatic Ending to get rid of Chalice. And we'll get there. Solid win. Yeah, I'll admit the new sideboard guide, cutting Karn entirely, bringing all the hate pieces in, definitely feels better. Sad that I haven't done so earlier, but things are looking good. That said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for round 5. On the draw for game 1. I'm tempted to keep this. And what are our hits off top? Malevolent Rumble, Soul Land. So, I mean, we're looking at, what, 11 there already. I'll take a Talisman, just a general land. Yeah, I'll keep. Question's what we pitch. I mean, Karn's decent. I'm going to say probably Emrakul here. And pass. Forest. Delighted Halfling. Okay, I would really like a Soul Land then. Name Eldrazi. And pass. And pass. Unfortunately, I can't cycle the K command because the gemstone no longer generates colorless, right? Ooh, Grove of the Burn Willows. This might be Basking Broodscale. Colorless, Rumble. We'll see in a second. Yeah, it's looking like it. I imagine they grabbed the Glaring Flesh Rake. So I desperately need to get Karn out ASAP, so a lab would be good. 2 for another Rumble. Broodscale. Ooh. Okay, we need a lab. Lab. Shit. Okay. Rumble. I'm not dead next turn. He might be okay. Yeesh. That's not much better. Verdant Cat. Play Verdant Cat. And at this point, we'll pass. I mean, if they have land and Blade of the Blood Chief, they win. Wait. What? Ah, shit. Yeah, about that. Trigger. Okay, well, no, because then you'll just play the Glaring Flesh Rake. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, we unfortunately just did not see a land fast enough. All right, so this is Basking Broodscale, lost for game 1. That was brutal. Consigned memory in, dismember in. And let me make sure that I'm bringing this in right. Basking Broodscale, cutting Emrakul, Sire, Chrysalis, Gemstone, Quarter. Gemstone, Quarter, Emrakul, Sire, Chrysalis. And we'll bring back the Gemstone if we make it to game 3 and cut the second Chrysalis. Yeah, I just needed that lab or one more turn. Hallowed Temple would have gotten me there. Rough stuff. On the play for game 2. I mean, okay, so again, we're looking at... Okay, so for Karn, we're looking at 4 hits. For Sowing Micah Spawn, we're looking at 8 hits. For Null Drifter, we're looking at... how many hits would that be? We have Bajuka Bog. We have 21, 20, 19, 18. So we would have 18 hits. I'd also take a Malevolent Rumble, I suppose. So we'll just say 21 hits total. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll go Windswept Teeth Fetch, Breeding Pool, Shock. You do no. Oh no. Windswept Teeth Fetch, Breeding Pool. Utopia Sprawl for red. And yeah, that's a problem. Saga. Okay. You have the Basking Broodscale on 1. Yeah, you do. Draw. Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Actually, do we do this now? Is there a reason to do it now? I guess if they don't adapt, it's ramp, right? Yeah, we'll just do it now. And pass. Root skill down. Pass. Temple. Oh no, another one. The Seiju. Rude! We'll go Hedge Maze. I need to find a Soul End on top. Thank God for that. And draw. Ugin Lab, Imprint Breaker, and can't cast Karn yet. Instead, we will evoke a Null Drifter. Of course, if they have Broodscale in hand or SOL. Yeah. I mean, yay, but also no. Mega Construct, that's fine. That means you have nothing else going for you, if anything. Could go Pithy Needle, naming Karn. That's a thought. Play the Blood Chief, okay. Prismatic Vista. Fetch. Blade equipped. Draw. Emrakul, you got to be joking me. Yikes. Hold up consigned to memory that beside you. That one hurt, friend. K command. Ballista X2. Am I too concerned about this? I mean, yeah, kind of. I think we do consign this. Pass. Like, I don't want buys on board for Karn. Land. Thank God. Fetch. Stomping ground shock, question mark? We're down to 8. 4. I mean, you only have writhing. No, I guess we have return. Yeah, stomping ground shock. The question now becomes whether or not we go Karn. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think, I mean, we could go KGC tick up. That if they draw into what they need, they don't just straight up win. Yeah, let's do that. Of course, they could have Thief of Existence. We'll pass. Pass. Currently 8 for Emrakul. If they K command, we can always sweep with an EE. Or with the Burn Willows, 2 in hand, attack Karn, I imagine. They really should probably be attacking me in the grand scheme since I'm at 8 life, but I'm not gonna complain. Land. But rude. I mean, yeah, I'll return it to hand. Forest. Land. Hey, look at that. In that case, I'm gonna imprint Breaker and cast Mycospawn. Tempted to Bajuka Bog, to be honest. But I think we might be able to just go for a Lab Imprint Emrakul -4 Liquid Metal Coating. Yes, and hold up consign. Minus, yes, for liquid metal, and hold. Upkeep, target, dismember. Ah, shit. Yep, Karn down. Oh, that's a problem. Yep. Did not expect to dismember, I'll be real. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they have a 4 power creature on board. I guess actually a 3. It's only 4 because they have an artifact, right? Yeah, had not expected that one. Next turn I can kick a Mycospawn. 2. K command. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that resolves. Shrink it by 2 down to 3 types. Two top and draw. That's scary. Draw. Karn. Null Drifter. I'm gonna say no to that, instead just kick. types in yard right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're one short. So I think I will Bajuka Bog you. And hold up consign. And pass. You want to slam Construct into Soin Mega Spawn, be my guest. Next turn we'll Null Drift, draw 2. What we thinking, opponent? Do it. Go to blocks. Snap block. Trade. Paying cost. For what? I think I can sign this. I think that's more of a desperation play than anything. Triggers and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Land. Debating whether or not we go a full K command. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this will go, give me 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 11. No, it'd be still short. 1, 2. I wonder if maybe just holding up the K command is right. Yeah, I think it might be. So let's hold up the K command. Iron Flesh Rake is scary, but okay. Light Halfling is fine. So I'm just going to Scry Draw and go full on in. X equals 6. Because we can just have the Glaring Flesh Rake slam into that Emrakul. So that's a win for game 2. On to game 3. We'll bring back the Gemstone Cavern and cut the Writhing Chris as planned and run it back. I'll keep. We need to find a land off top, though. Pass. Stirrings. I'd love to find a green source. Or a forest, rather. That's not a forest. I think I'd do Imprint the Sire instead of the World Breaker, though. And pass. Oh, just like an untapped land. That would be a good start. I'm gonna play the Grove, probably because they're trying to get... They don't have the Blade of the Blood Chief, would be my guess. Haywire might. Take out the Talisman, that's what they do. That's unfortunate. Stomping Grounds. Shock. Sprawl. For blue? I think I do need blue for the consign, yeah. We don't have Writhing Chrysalis, so we don't need green-red. We'll pass. And hold. I'd love a Soul Land off the top. Rude. Return to hand. Yes. or Hedge Maze. Well, now I definitely would like a soul land. Rumble, top. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, here's Rumble. Hold up blue. There's Karn. I mean, we could try and go for Karn. They have 3 cards in hand. We haven't hit our land drop this turn's the problem. I think we have to go Karn. Go Karn. I'm doubtful I'm going to hit another land drop, so if they hit this spawn, I'm SOL. They make a construct. I wish you did. We're holding up blues. They don't know if we have a consign, though. Pith Needle named Karn. Just having Karn on board, though, is good. That's fine. And Stirrings resolves. Now you still need a Broodscale. Consign to memory. Oh, they do. If they're smart, they'll consign the spawn. Basage. Gotta be. How many Basajus? Wait. Opponent. Explain something. Why are you running 4 Basajus? Who hurt you? That is my only question in this. Who hurt you? I need a land. I need a soul land. Draw. Pass. Who in the world hurt you, friend? Waste. Hold. Rumble resolves. There's Broodscale. Imagine they take the Broodscale. Really? That's a bit frightening. Resolves. Ballista X1. Consign to memory. Draw. Pass. I need a land for the love of God. They're gonna make a construct at the very least this turn, right? Fatal Bloodchief resolves. Draw. Oh, you got to be effing joking me. I don't have any more red sources short of talismans, do I? I do not. Make a construct. I need a colorless source so I can K-command it, is what I need now. The search doesn't matter. I'll pitch World Break, I think. Just because it can return. Make another construct. 5/5s. I definitely need colorless mana. Soul Guy Lantern is fine. Not the end of the world. But annoying. 6. Halfling. Attack for 6. Down to 13. Soul Land. It's acceptable. So herein lies the problem, though. Doing this opens us up to this K command. Thankfully, it's relatively small. So yeah, we'll go Sowing Myco Spawn. Lab. Lab imprint. Resolve. And pass. Yeah, not being able to hold this consign's a bit concerning. Because, yeah, if they find a Broodscale, they just win. Looks like K command. X equals 3. This is fine. How many types do you have in yard right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6? No, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. So we're not there yet. We're likely going to have to K command exile cycle. This Pithy Needle's annoying. Actually, I really should have kept that. Whatchamacallit? Alright, this was trigger. Should have really kept the World Breaker in retrospect. Equip. In response. Cycle exile. Done. Soul Land. Okay. Take the 5 down to 8. No blocks. Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Imprint Emrakul. Kick Sowing Mycospawn. I think we just go after their green sources. Green colorless, yeah. We can now double block the construct. And I think we go Bajuka Bog. Yeah, Bajuka Bog. Target you. No attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basking Broodscale. Consigned memory. Pass. Equip. So I'll have to block. Why do that now? Was it equipped another one, I guess? Oh, it equipped it to you. Yep, we're forced to block. Draw. World break. 1, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're short. World break. I would love to go after Needle. Well, okay. So we could. We could go after Needle. But just Karn being on board is enough. As long as I can get rid of this construct. Yeah, we'll get rid of the construct. Next turn we can Karn. attack. Only have 3 mana. Stirrings. Saga. So I'll be able to make more constructs again. 1 card in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Draw. Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, let me first go to combat here. I think I need to keep World Breaker back. And pass. And hold. Guess they have another Pithy Needle, I suppose. Another halfling. Land. Put a pause on end step. Return Sire to hand. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So limit the number of constructs they can make. I will grab a temple. Actually, I'm tempted to grab a Sanctum of Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. I mean, if we were, what would we grab? Null Drifter? Start attacking over? Go Sanctum of Ugin. And pass. No attacks. And pass. Malevolent Rumble. Probably looking for a Thief of Existence. No traverse. Chooses Ballista. Thankfully, Ballista cannot activate its ability, but it will grow the construct, but not bigger than the World Break. Though, admittedly, that Delighted Halfling will grow. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. For red. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, you don't need to do this turn. 2, 3. I can wait one more turn to do that. Yes. Null Drifter. And pass. So we can do it on their turn. That way we're only sweeping the Soin Mega Spawn and their creatures and not my World Breaker as well. We could always bring back World Breaker, I suppose. 2. Basking Broodscale. No attacks. End step. Okay, return. And pass in full. I guess the Delighted Halfling is big now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I should also probably Misty Rainforest now in all reality. Before I draw into my last forest. Care turn, sweep the construct, sweep the Myco spawns. This way the Sire's left unfettered. Oh, you're at 10. You know what? Let me just do this. And, yep. Yeah, I should have done that earlier while the triggers were on a stack, but thankfully it didn't matter. We got there though, so solid win there. A bit dicey for a while, I will admit, but we were able to make it work and come out with a 4-1 record at the end of 5. Unfortunately not the 5-0, but still good result regardless. I will say I definitely felt only having one fetchable red source. I'm thinking that the commercial district is right over the hedge maze. I'll probably move back to that. The 3 Talisman of Curiosity still feels good, all things considered, but I think I'll move back to the commercial district at the very least. Neither one of them have great numbers in regards to opening hand data, but having that second fetchable red I think is beneficial with the number of red spells that we want to be casting, right? But that said, I mean, only real loss that we had that was... I don't think we had anything where I went, oh, we royally screwed up. So I don't think we had anything to really look at there. I think that we were really close in the games that we did lose. Specifically the Prowess especially. That last game was just brutal. We just needed a land, a 7-mana value spell that wasn't Ugin. But we just could not get there. But sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. Overall, though, the deck keeps on chugging. And, I mean, overall, from the release... Let's see, when does this start? From March 31st to now, we're currently sitting at a 61% win rate. For Karn Eldrazi Ram specifically in that time frame. Let's take a look real quick. As of... yesterday, it was 61% win rate. As of today, however, we're looking at 62.5. I mean, I know a lot of people will sit here and denounce Karn all day, but you can't deny the results. It has just been a really good showing from Karn. I know some people also say, well, that includes leagues, yada, yada, yada. Even if, for those naysayers who's like, well, you're including leagues, even if I cut out leagues and only include challenges, and keep in mind, I scrub out of some. I kind of go, okay, I'm X3, I'm out, goodbye. You don't see those videos. Instead, I record a league. But even with those, I'm sitting at a 53.6% win rate over 41 total matches. So, I mean, we're still performing really well, even in challenges. So, overall, I mean, I think the deck is doing fantastic. I think Karn is the right way to go, especially with the uptick of Belcher recently, which has been really weird. Broodscale has also been performing really well, and I think left unchecked will absolute dominate the meta if left to its own devices. I think our new sideboard guide strategy against Ruby Storm and Prowess has been showing really good results. So overall, I think the deck is solid. I mean, it is, I would argue, like tier 1.5, maybe even 1, you could argue. Obviously, tiering systems are silly, but I think if you're looking for a good deck for RCQ season, this list here is a great option. Look no further. It proves itself time and time again. Again, though, as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you would be interested in me making a deck guide or walkthrough, just solely dedicated from kind of top bottom, here is our land package. Here's how many forests that I recommend playing due to Utopia Sprawl, 7 mana value spells because of Ugin's Lab, going through each individual card choice, where it's good, where it's bad, where it's neutral, what its uses are, and also different tips, tricks, and other things. Honestly, I show that through all my videos, so those of you who are dedicated enough to watch all of them every single day, I, first of all, thank you. Your viewership is always appreciated and is helping us get closer and closer to our goal of being able to monetize the channel. But obviously, for those who might just tune in once in a while, maybe just a visual or video deck guide would go a long way, right? So it's something that I'm thinking about doing. If that is something that you're interested in, please do let me know. I will then record it and probably also include it in my free deck guide. That way it's just embedded there for those who want like a quick refresher. Obviously, I will probably have to update it occasionally as sets do release and the list gets updated, but could be an interesting thing. I know at least one person asked for it. I'll check my Discord as well as the other server I'm in if anyone else would be interested in that. But overall, really happy with the list. I'll probably keep on playing it through the RCQ season and then some. But as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope that I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where we'll begin to monetize our videos, which will allow me to make more and more Magic Gathering content. Otherwise, in the meantime, if you'd like to support me monetarily, you can do so over on my Patreon, where you can get early access to my videos and any updates I make to my deck guide, though admittedly, I've been a bit lax on that as of recent. Words in my head have trouble getting onto the page, I'll put it that way, so can kind of put it off, I'll be honest, but I will aim to make some updates, especially as we are kind of settling in on Ugin being part of the deck. Other than that, no real huge changes to the deck, so not too many things, though maybe I'll do some more sample hands since the list has since been updated since I did update those statistics. But that being said, thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!